Today on the channel, we unbox WWE Elite Series 83 Dusty Rhodes, baby! Welcome everyone, Kyle here and welcome back to the channel. Today we continue unboxing Mattel Elite Series 83 with Dusty Rhodes, another flashback character, another Hall of Famer in the lineup, which we all truly appreciate, as I truly do believe those are the most popular figures for the most part, outside of a few here and there. But I think the online community, at least, the legends are what really drives us to collect. I know it does for me. I do like some of the current stuff, but obviously the more legends, the better for me, and I'm sure the same for a lot of you guys out there as well. So Dusty Rhodes definitely fits that bill. We've had a few Dusty Rhodes over the years, and we'll compare that against a couple of the other ones. This is a real interesting one. This is a really deep cut Dusty Rhodes. He only wore this outfit, I believe, one time in Saturday night's main event. It's funny, it only happened one time, but a lot of us do remember this. I very well remember this outfit back in the day. I remember just being kind of shocked he went with the red polka dots instead of the yellow. I got the little duster on there like a young Lemmy in the Ace of Spades cover. And then, of course, the hat with, I believe it's a chicken foot on there. I believe that's what it was. So very interesting outfit, and kind of scraping the bottom of the barrel, it almost feels like, with Dusty Rhodes. How much can we find on Dusty? Some cool stuff with this figure from what I've seen so far, and some really not so cool. And we'll get into both of those matters, the pros and the cons of this figure, and we'll talk about it here. But first, like we always do, let's take a look at the packaging on this one. Let's take a look at good old Dusty. There he is in the package. So there it is, certified authentic by WWE. The seal says it, so it's got to be true. Comes with an two extra sets of hands, a hat, and of course his duster. Like we said, Dusty Rhodes down there at the bottom, Mattel Elite, a little glamour shot, little WWE logo up top, True Effects. You got that smiling Dusty Rhodes face on the side, Elite down here. Nothing fun there. A lot of legal fun down there. One of these days I'll read it all to you, but not today. And there's Dusty from the event he wore this outfit to. Really getting out there, really getting after it, like only Dusty could. He was going to grab a couple of mellow yellows and just have a party after this show, I think. So there you go. And then, of course, the back. There he is, the whole lineup, the whole 1983 Mattel Elite 83 lineup down below. We're going to talk about every single one of those in a video as well, so be prepared. But there's Dusty on the back. Let's read and see what it says about our old good friend Dusty. From Austin, Texas, 275 pounds, or 124 kilograms if you're going that way. Height, 6'2", career highlights, NWA champion, United States champion, WWE Hall of Fame inductee. The American Dream put on his polka dots and led the Dream Team against the $1 Million Team at Survivor Series 1990. Yeah, he sure did. He sure did. I remember that very well. So there you go. So there's old Dusty. Very interesting one. He's strapped in, so we're going to have to cut him out. But let's open it up. Let's see what all the fuss is about with old Dusty in here. There you go. You got that blue background. We've seen it before. See you later, Dusty. All right. Plastic prison shot. That's the one. That's the one we look for. We want to see what all the fuss is about with this Dusty. Let's knock these hands out. I'm not sure. I think I'm going to mix these hands up. I don't know if I'll give them the jazz hands, but I just may. I've got a few Dusties. We'll show them here shortly. Got to mix it up. I don't want the same. I don't want it to look like the same figure. We'll get more into that. If I can pop this hand out. There it is. Come on. Oh, his hat was in there, stuck good. Let's get Dusty out of here. Let's get him out of this prison. There it is. Oh my gosh, how many straps? He's a big figure. They had to really strap him in. There it is. All right. See you later. Locked in around his hands here and around his waist. Man, they really got him tied in. I'm not opposed to it, I guess. Let me see if I can get this. Get the scissors here. There it is. A little surgery. You gotta make sure you do it right. You don't want to cut any of this frill. All right, let me soak old Dusty in here a little bit. Got good ankles, no ankle issues. That's good. I like the poncho. We haven't had this poncho in the past, so it's a little different, something different for us. I'm okay with that. And there it is. Take a look here. There's Dusty. Look at that poncho. Poncho Villa himself, Dusty Rhodes, ready to go. Ready for a night out in Texas. Hat, brand new sculpt with this hat. I'm sure we'll see this hat somewhere down the line again. Got the chicken foot around it, put it on his head, and man, he looks like he's ready to party. And he is. That's old Dust for you. Look at that. Very, very cool. Hands we won't go over. Really like the hat, and the hat definitely slides right off very easily. We'll definitely be keeping that on him, though. And then he's got the red and the black with the red polka dots. There he is. Look at that splotch on his stomach. That's crazy. That's a little out there, but we've seen it before. And of course the back. So now let's get into some gripes. I really like the accessories. That's the winning point of this Dusty. But you know, they saved money on this Dusty. Why did they save money? Maybe not a lot of people remember it. Maybe a lot of people don't have it. But if you go back 5 years now, 4 years, probably 5 or 6 years at this point, Target exclusive, they had a WCW basic ring that came packed with a Dusty Rhodes Elite figure. And here is that Elite figure. So it is 100% repaint from what I'm seeing so far. I do have an extra shirt on this Dusty. Son of a plumber, there he is. A little washed out there with the light, but you get the idea. But they reused this exact same head scan, head sculpt, whatever you want to call it. Basically the exact same figure. Just a little different. Just some paint changes and stuff. Let me see. Let me see if that splotch is identical too. Let's check these Dusty splotches. So this one's a little more red. This one's a little bit more less pronounced. So I prefer that one. This one's a little crazy, I thought. A little much. But they saved a lot of money as they reused this Dusty head scan. A lot of people have obviously forgot about this figure, didn't know this figure existed. There is some cool ring figures out there. There's a Finn Balor basic that was in a NXT ring, Target exclusive. That is a very solid figure. Really recommend picking that one up in the Demon Persona. We haven't had any Demon figures in a while, and that's a really good one to go back and get if you are a Demon collector, Finn Balor collector. And just like Dusty in the WCW ring. I sold that ring. I'm kind of a fool. I really should get that WCW ring back. That's a really cool ring. I would like to get that. But I was more interested in the figure at the time. Still more interested in the figure, but I would like to get that ring. So hopefully one of these days. But the figure I always thought was absolute garbage. I still stand by that. I hate this head scan on Dusty. I just don't think it looks right. It doesn't do Dusty justice. It looks just like a caricature. Like somebody at the state fair. You went to the state fair and there's a guy that can draw you and your wife or whatever and draw a quick caricature. That's what this head scan reminds me of. So take that for what you guys tell me in the comments if you think different. But I just never been a fan of this head scan, head sculpt, and I'm kind of sad we got it again with this one. The extra accessories do make up for that, but it's still just, I don't know, it's too corny, it's too characterish. I can't even talk. It looks like a character of him. It looks like a character of Dusty. It doesn't look like the actual Dusty Rhodes. However, we had an Elite, I don't even know what, I can't even remember. Was it the 60s? Maybe 68, 69. I felt like it ended at a 9. I might be wrong. But this Dusty, now this is what you want out of a Dusty. You want the polka dot Dusty, and then you want classic NWA Dusty. Baseball hat, sunglasses. This is more Dusty than this. I wish they would have used a head scan similar to this one. I know this is a little younger Dusty, but this figure is very solid and probably my favorite Dusty Rhodes figure of all time. Really like this one. I really came into knowing Dusty in the polka dot days. That's when I really remembered him. But going back for so long and watching the old NWA stuff, him against, Tully Blanchard and the Horsemen and teaming with the Road Warriors, stuff like that. There's so much history with Dusty Rhodes. Just, I've never seen anybody in all my years of watching wrestling get the most out of himself. Just being able to talk and stuff. The 80s was the year of the body guys. The Stings, the Warriors, the LODs, the Hogans, the Warlords, the Barbarians. So many guys. The British Bulldogs, you name it. It was a physique decade. Dusty definitely did not fit that physique decade body, but man, he could talk, he could wrestle, he could bring the crowd in, and really, pumping people up and stuff. It was amazing what Dusty Rhodes did back in the day. So you got to give Dusty his props for all he brought to the business back then and what he did. And I'm just glad we got another Dusty Rhodes figure. I'm happy we got this one. I just wish they would have done a different head sculpt. Same boots as the WCW Ring 1 Target exclusive. It's the same figure, just a different accessories and a little different coloring. Instead of the red boots, you got the black boots. That's different. That's the only difference. And we say it a lot on the channel. When we talk about Mattel, we talk about Hasbro, we talk about whatever. getting the most out of your molds, stuff like that, and that's what they're doing here. A lot of people are going to be tricked thinking this is a brand new, totally brand new figure. Kudos to Mattel, because that's getting more money in their pockets without having to make new molds and stuff like that. That's just the nature of the beast. But for me, I truly would have rather had a different head sculpt. But it is what it is at this point. When you add the accessories and everything, it turns into an okay figure. If there was no accessories on here, this would have been hot garbage of the year for me. But the poncho, the chicken hat, extra hands, I guess, is something. I'll try to figure out what kind of hands to put on him. That makes it a pretty solid figure. Not the best in the line, not the best we're going to see this year. It's not going to make a top 10 list for me, I'm telling you right now. But it's cool. Anytime we get a legend, especially a Dusty Rhodes, it's a pretty cool deal. So we'll see what else they got for Dusty. I don't know if there's any more Dusties for them to do. I'd love to see one with some face paint, the Road Warriors. I'm not going to hold my breath for that, but that would be the next logical one. Or if we can get him in a Texas street fight with blue jeans and his elbow pad and his hands taped up, I would love to see something like that in my Dusty Rhodes. But you guys tell me in the comments, what Dusty Rhodes do you want to see? Are you good on Dusty Rhodes? I'm sure a lot of people probably are. I would just like a few of the ones I mentioned. So there you go. Leave me a comment and let me know. So there you have it for the Dusty Rhodes trio. Let's move on and just talk about the rest ones in the line. So there you have it. There's Dusty Rhodes in Elite Series 83. So there you have it. Hopefully you enjoyed this Elite Series 83 unboxing and review. If you did, let me know in the comments your thoughts on this figure. Don't forget to like the page. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. We got videos every single day. Star Wars, Marvel Legends, Marvel Select, Wrestling, AEW, WWE, Storm Collectibles, Masters of the Universe, NECA, Ninja Turtles. The list goes on for days, so make sure you're subscribed to the channel. And until next time, for the whole Elite 83 lineup, I'm Kyle. See you guys all real soon.